Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all. Let me get my face up there. Um, let me let me look on my phone like I mean to do beforehand to make sure I don't miss any of your wonderful comments. So I would love to hear from you guys on what is happening with your kids, what experiences you've either had with kids or with grandkids, and how you can help them. And are they gifted? I tell you, there's a lot of kids being born right now that have some extreme gifts. Um, they're here to shake up the world. And some of you have some of those kids. They don't follow the rules. They want everyone to be happy, but they don't understand the injustice in the world. They may say things like, it's just not fair, I don't get it, things like this. Um, so, having a child that is gifted can be, it's a double edged sword, let me put it that way. Because kids are very intuitive. They haven't been away from the other side for very long. And because of that, they really are in tune with their gifts. But they don't even know their gifts. And so something that kids will say a lot or not say is because they think that you see, like, let's say for example, they see a gentleman sitting in a chair in your living room and they don't say anything about it because they think you see the gentleman in the chair. So if they are looking at something, you can ask them, "Oh, what's going on? What are you looking at?" And then just go with whatever they say. They may say, "Oh, there's a guy sitting there. I don't know who he is," or they may say, "I don't know who that person is." And never shut a kid down to say, "Oh, that's not that. It's not there. There's no one there." Um, or it's just your imagination, which is actually the kids' greatest gifts is their imagination. It's untamed, it's raw right then. And what happened to us, we're born that way. We're born wild and untamed. And then society tries to tame us. And our parents try to tame us because they're trying to get us to fit into society. They don't want us to do anything that might embarrass them many times. And kids don't care about that. They're just going to be themselves. And it's just, you can really break a child with all of that energy of trying to get them to fit in the mold, fit that, to say the proper things, do the right things. Dana and I just got off of a call with our magnificent students, and we talked a little bit. Mostly, she was talking about this. I thought it was really wise about how we have stuffed emotions our whole lives. We've been taught that as a child. Don't cry, or I'll give you something to cry about. They may have already had something to cry about. They were having an emotion. They were having a reaction. Um, so that's what we tend to do with our kids, and it crushes them. Um, I remember, some of you have heard me say this, I've heard the music. Um, and it took me years to find out that I was hearing through the veil into heaven. So, my younger brother, who is a minister, and he's got several grandkids, he said he has one granddaughter that dances all the time, everywhere she goes. And he says, "Well, why are you dancing?" And she goes, "Because of the music. I have to dance. The music's going." And he goes, "Oh, okay, good. Well, it's very nice. Keep dancing." And he made a very wise comment about gifted children. He said, uh, in the old days, children that were gifted, like her and like me, would have been taken by the shamans in the village, the elders and trained how to use their gifts instead of being told there was something wrong with them. So, and then he apologized. I mean, he's younger than me. Why did he have anything to do with it? But he still said, I'm really sorry. The church did you a disservice, and saying that your gifts were bad, and to be quiet about your gifts. So kids, yeah, they're something else right now. They are here for a purpose, but we have to protect them. And some are very powerful. Let me tell you something I learned with dog training that has to do with kids. German Shepherds, and that's what I did when I was training search and rescue dogs for police work. They and the dogs, they tend to be very protective, but you've seen some shepherds that are really shy. So they teach you that you are to give the dog lots of comfort, lots of protection. Don't let it get scared. When it gets scared, you're babying it. Now, people may think that's contrary to Katie because you're wanting the dog. For some people, they were going to be attack dogs for the police. But they get their confidence by knowing everything's okay. So with everything being all right, then they can spread out. Then they can really do their thing. And be protective because they know they were protected when they were babies. They'll flip it around. They're like, okay, mommy protected me when I was a baby. It's my turn now to protect her. So with kids that are gifted, when they are protected when they're little, they're going to be able to grow into their own power. So it is very important that you realize that you may have a child that's magic and amazing and has some strong guardians, but that doesn't mean you throw them into situations that may not be the best for them. Negative people, negative situations, telling them to go give so-and-so a hug if they're not comfortable giving so-and-so a hug. I remember my kid's dad hugging my daughter when she was in the 3rd grade, and she had told me she was scared of him. And I said that to her, and he goes, oh, she's not scared of me, and grabbed her again. She was scared of him. And for good reason. So don't ever force your kids to do something that they are not comfortable doing. Hey Ava, thanks for joining us. And then also my grandson would do this in large crowds. And I'm sure some of you empaths, you get it. You want to do this too, like, ah! I felt that way yesterday. I was out and about, was it yesterday? Yeah, Labor Day. And I wasn't thinking it was Labor Day. So I'd scheduled something, so I was out and I ran to the store afterwards. I'm like, where are all these people coming from? They need to go home. Because I usually do my running on days that aren't that busy in town. And I just was feeling that overwhelmed, so I had to bring in the energy, push it back out, spread the wings out a little bit, give myself some space, even though their energies were invading mine, and then go home. So I went home and got to relax and actually took a 3-hour nap. So being an empath, this is something else with your kids. Let them sleep when they need to sleep. Also for yourself, be that example for them. Self-care. You get really drained, and so you've just got to take care of you. So if you have gifted kids, there's some great tools that we can introduce you to help you with dowsing rods, bringing their power in, working with their totems, a lot of different things like that we would love to share with you. And we can do that in a private appointment, or do it even via Zoom. So I've done a lot of sessions like that. It's a lot of fun to see these little people just really lighten up and start changing their lives and not have the anxiety, not have the stress and the anger that they'd had before. So I love you guys, and we will see you all again soon, and have a fabulous week. Bye.